Hello, and today I'm going to present my topic, and my topic is about coping with foreign language anxiety in listening caused by second language and third language acquisition. And the aim of this project is to find out the level of foreign language anxiety among Suleiman Demirel University students majoring in two foreign languages and identify possible causes of listening anxiety and determining potential solutions to minimize this anxiety. And research questions can be like following. First research question is about what is the foreign language anxiety level of junior TFL students in listening? Then second research questions goes for what kind of listening tasks cause the most anxiety. And third research questions goes for how EFL teachers may reduce foreign language anxiety. Now, regarding to research participants, of course, in order to come to relevant conclusions, I needed real participants, and voluntarily I have chosen 30 junior TFL students. And as you can see, my research undergoes three stages, and the number of participants reduced after some time passed. And here in my research, I also had two research methods, and first one goes for quantitative. It really helps me to draw some descriptive statistics and so on. Mostly it contained of two questionnaires, and the second one was qualitative. As for qualitative methods, I used an interview. The next stage is about research instruments. My research instruments were questionnaire, paper-based test, and interview. As for the first questionnaire, in that stage, I had 30 students of TFL, and they all did these kinds of questionnaire, which contained of 33 questions, and this is foreign language classroom anxiety scale. It was developed by Horwitz in 1986, and still this is the best test to identify the foreign language anxiety level. And as you can see here, here are the results of students. And and in the second stage, I had a paper-based test, and I eliminated 10 students from out of 30, 5 of them who had the highest level of anxiety, and 5 of them who had the lowest level of anxiety. And all of them, first of all, did ranking scale of listening question tasks, and then they did an overall test about listening test, and this gave me this kind of results. In first, you can see a pie chart which describes which type of listening tasks are really hard for them. And you can see that plan, map, diagram, and labeling, and then note completion. These two are the most hard one for the students. And here I also counted the amount of correct and incorrect answers in the listening tasks, and came to the conclusion that again plan, map, diagram, labeling, and the notes taking was the most difficult tasks, whereas multiple choice and matching were the easiest. As you can see, that pie charts number 1 and table 2, they are really interrelated. Here you can see some questions and amount of correct and incorrect answers. I draw in descriptive statistics of foreign language classroom anxiety scale, and it showed me that the mode is 91. It means that mostly TFL students have majority of them have medium level of anxiety during classroom settings. Uh, well, um, Next, about results and findings, I already explained to you. And now let's come to some conclusions and implications. As for conclusions, I have identified that junior students have a medium level of anxiety. Then, the students should practice a lot while doing their listening tasks. And third, conclusion that lack of self-confidence, fear of negative evaluation, poor listening materials, and other factors cause foreign language anxiety in listening. So, what kind of implications can be from these results? We can have a look here that based on students' response, we can identify some main sources of foreign language anxiety and listening tasks, and this is lack of confidence, as I mentioned before, and lack of listening strategies. As for that case, most students they don't know about listening strategies that they have top down, bottom up, and metacognitive strategies. They don't know about them and they don't use them effectively. That is why they have some poor grades while doing listening examination. Then, regarding to poor listening materials, here you can say here you can say that the volume of your listening, then pronunciation quality, acoustic conditions, and the length of the listening materials, all of them affect on overall test, how students do the exam well or not. Then fear of negative evaluation. A lot of students they are really afraid of doing mistakes while doing their tasks, and it's not correct. And teachers should explain to students that it's normal to make mistakes. And in order to tackle that problem, teachers might organize some workshops with school psychologists, and they can do some extracurricular activities, and it will be really helpful in that case. Also there are some suggestions. I mentioned suggestions from the students, and now I'm going to suggest you some tips for reducing anxiety level from previous papers. And again, they say that building self-confidence is really important. The students should know about listening strategies and should be able to use them. Students need more practice because practice makes perfect. For instance, Chinese course books they are mostly based on drilling, and we can see that most of Chinese people who take an IELTS exam they actually pass it. They have really high grades, and it means that practice makes perfect. That repetition gives their uh, good results. Then about positive classroom atmosphere. It's really important because while I did an interview, all the students responded that positive classroom atmosphere is really important because it will help them to reduce the stress and they will feel themselves more confident, and overall it will give really good implication. And to sum up, we can say that as a future teachers, we can do a lot of things to reduce anxiety of our future students. And as for listening materials, for instance, while we're doing midterms or final examinations, we can see that some documents are not clearly printed and so on. And our task is not to repeated mistakes and taking everything into consideration, not only SDU staff but also other universities might use this kind of testings, identify foreign language anxiety level of students, and find the ways how effectively teach English. So thank you for your attention.